and gentlemen, this is John Ciet. Well, I was going through my stack of 3x5 cards, which I often do. It's a stack that I've created over the last decade of just various notes on concepts or principles or even goals or gratitudes that I've had or experienced over the last decade, as I said. And I was going through just a small portion of the stack today, and I came across some notes that I'd made, oh my heavens, I guess about 6-7 years ago. And it was talking about some foundational principles of coaching. And I'm just going to share with you the 4 principles here very quickly, but then relate it to what I want to talk to you about today. It reads, number 1, know what they want. And then number two, discover their challenges. Number 3, provide solutions. And then number 4, cast a vision. And I thought that was interesting because as I was thinking about what message I wanted to share with you, I realized that that particular list really applies to you as you're working with your customers or your potential customers as you're working with prospects. So even though these principles apply to coaching, I think they're really axioms or really foundational principles that apply to prospecting and working on converting a prospect to a client and then getting the client to work with you again and again. So let's go back to those 4 concepts. Number 1, know what they want. This is so critical. Unfortunately, I think that as real estate sales professionals, as much as we know, we think that we have all the answers and we assume that we know what people want. And the truth is, we really don't. We don't know what any other human being wants until we take the time to actually discover what it is that they want. So I want to remind you that as you are working to find new business, whether it's with new leads or past clients or sphere of influence, don't assume that you know what they want. How about you take the time to ask them what they want? Find out what is important to them. One of the most critical things that you can do, for example, in the listing conversation, is to not assume to know what people want, but just simply ask them. Ask them what they're trying to accomplish. Ask them what's most important to them in the process. Ask them what they would like you to do in the process of getting their home sold. Just simply ask. See, know what they want by asking rather than by assuming. I guess that's the point. Number 2, discover their challenges. See, it's difficult to help somebody if you don't know what their specific challenges are. Again, this goes back to don't assume you know what the challenges are. Instead, ask about their situation. Ask them what they're trying to accomplish. Ask them what they believe their challenges are going to be. And in the process of discovering that, this is gold right here. When you discover what they tell you their challenges are, it gives you the opportunity to take the next step, which is step number 3, provide solutions. See, if you know what their specific challenges are, then you get the opportunity to provide solutions. And here's what I know. A lot of you listening to this would say, well, I know what they want. I know what their challenge is. They want to sell a home. And they want to get the home sold for as much as possible within the shortest amount of time. Well, that may or may not be true. But see, if you will engage in the conversation, asking those questions and listening, you'll do something that you could never do by simply assuming and telling them what you're going to do. In other words, giving them the solutions. See, what you will do by assuming is you'll shortchange the conversation. And you'll get into the mode of telling them all about you and what you're going to do to help them versus you discovering what they believe their challenges are. And then I think equally important is asking them what they believe the solutions are to those challenges. Remember, we've got to do a couple things in any great conversation. We've got to build rapport and we've got to offer value, especially in a business relationship. So take the time to discover their challenges and then take the time to discover solutions. Ask them, first of all, what they believe the solutions would be, and then offer your own version of those solutions if their solutions aren't necessarily the best ones. And then finally, cast a vision. One of the best things that true effective leaders do is they will cast a vision. Cast a vision about what it will look like in the future if we follow a specific process, if we take a particular path. Help people see a vision of what is possible. It said that without a vision, the people will perish. Well, let me tell you something. Your opportunity to work with a potential client will perish if you don't help them see a vision of what it's like working with you. And the only way to ultimately do that is to discover what they want, to discover their challenges, to discover what they believe the solutions are to those challenges, you counseling them through the process of coming up with the modified challenges or rather the modified solutions and the real solutions, and then finally casting a vision of what it all looks like when it all comes together. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this is nothing more than the basic skills and techniques of being a great communicator. You signed up to be a communicator in this business, and the better you get at communicating, the more money that you will make. And that is a fact. Give these things some thought, and as usual, I'll see you at the top.